we don't want you to think that this journey is more important than your journey. Actually, what we realize that everybody's journey is sacred. We've been really kind of coaching our friends to say, you should all write your books because there's an authentic soul in all of us that needs to be discovered and just cleansed and purified. So we thought if we sold 2 copies, Diane bought one, I bought one, it would be a success.
And our families.
And our families.
And our husband, my husband and his wife.
So we projected 15 sales originally based on family slides. But the more important thing is, I think, is that there is a journey that we don't think is worthy of each person, but that journey is more important than the biz leaders, the celebrity stories. So we really think the important thing is that your story is important. Think about writing it. Think about writing it for yourself, for your children. There's a legacy in your ties to God, I think is important. The other thing that happened that was interesting was...
And there's also self-discovery in that, like we have.
Yeah, there's a purifying process.
Yes.
I had to open doors I didn't think I could open. I even have chapters that I had to ask a mom for approval. You know, feelings of my mom that were back to childhood about resentment I had. You know, I had a very tragic event with my sister. In the book, you know, we went through a forgiveness period and my sister struggled with a lot of things and she found God. You know, so there's a lot of things I went through that I didn't want to open doors on, that I cried over, that were painful, but getting them and journaling them out and getting them going, they were gone. And that was an important part of the process.
And we make a point at the end of chapter 2 or 3, and it says, just journaling this out, I finally understand it at this moment like I never had before. So there's a great deal of, I mean, it's very fluid, there's a great deal of authenticity to it and honesty to it. So yeah, it was that immediate revelation in that journaling process.
And I think the other thing that happened that was shocked us was, you take religion classes, and you could grow up Jewish and be at the temple, you could be Christian or be Catholic, but I would tell you that I probably knew 2% of what I need to know. And so in my world, I heard the same thing every day, mumbled at church. I didn't really, it became like elevator music to me. But to think that I'd been through all this training, I went to Catholic high schools, Catholic colleges, but I didn't see the other side. And so I would tell you, I was actually embarrassed how much I didn't know. And I think I started to eliminate my own ignorance. So I would tell you that my knowledge, just in respect for the bigger picture, totally changed. That was one thing that me and Diane were shocked about. There's also things in there that came out about biblical stories that we didn't really know the way we really need to know them. And we started having critical reasoning debates, and we would spend hours on the phone fighting about John of Israel, or what if Elijah could raise from the dead, why do we need Jesus? And all these great debates about stuff we never thought about. So we had these great talks over a glass of wine on weekends, or a 2-hour phone call at night. So I think if you read it, you'll see some critical reasoning there. Hopefully it might open new questions for you and things you hadn't thought about. We hope the reader gets that.
And let me just state this Francis Bacon quote. He's a 17th century philosopher, and he said, "It is a sad fate for a man to die, too well known to everybody else, and still be unknown to himself." And that is so powerful because the book is really very authentic. It's about a vulnerable soul and the truth of a life, a truth of a lot of self-discovery. It's about the life of a child, the covenant around that child to save that child, and then a deeper relationship with God, an intimacy with God, and then ultimately bringing God into the workplace. But more than that, even bringing Him into a revolution, because as we all know, healthcare, even though we're in long-term care, all of healthcare needs a revolution. And so bringing God into the long-term, or into the healthcare revolution. Yeah. So for me, that's what the book is about, and Joe's a great business leader. And the authenticity on the page speaks to people's hearts. Some people think that they are so, you know, there's a real humility in doing that. Some people are really drawn to it. Some people are like, you know, how did he do it? I would never been able to put this on paper. And what I love is that we did, and he did, and the depiction of it speaks to people, and our hope is that others will write their journey down as well for the self-discovery and to go where they need to go in their life with God.